You've heard it 1,000 times. Alcoholics, they have a disease. And yes, addiction, that's very real. It can destroy bodies, brains, destroys lives. But this is the part that most people, they don't want to say it out loud. Calling it a disease doesn't magically erase the destruction that these people cause. It doesn't get rid of the lies. It doesn't erase the violence. It certainly doesn't erase the fear, the chaos, and all the neglect and the sleepless nights of the victims. And it definitely does not give them a free pass to hurt you. So today, we're going to talk about the difference between a disease and a weapon. If you've never heard of it called as a weapon, this is your lucky day, because the bottle, that might be the disease, but the damage that they do with it, that's behavior that they certainly choose to do. And why does this trap people? People use this disease label the same way that some people use their religion or therapy or their trauma. And that's simply as a shield to avoid any kind of responsibility. You start thinking, I shouldn't be upset. They're sick. I don't want to leave him. They may need me. He's not himself when he drinks. It's the booze talking and acting, and it's not him. But here's the punchline to all that. The disease, that might explain the behavior, but it doesn't excuse it. It's like if someone has diabetes and you say, hey, you can't eat this or it hurts you, they don't go punch a damn hole in the wall. If somebody has asthma, they don't get called names because they can't breathe. If someone has cancer, they don't go around tearing the house up and blaming the tumor. But the alcoholics, the drunks, they destroy the night, they break your trust, and they threaten your safety. And they hide it all behind one sentence: I can't help it. It's a disease. No. Let me be very clear. Addiction explains why they drink, but it doesn't explain why they abuse. First thing you need to do is start separating the drinking from the damage. And this is the first mental shift that can change everything for you. You can call the drinking a disease, but the abuse, that's always a big decision. Alcohol, it lowers inhibitions, yes, but it doesn't implant new personality traits. If someone becomes mean when they're drunk, that means that meanness, that mean streak, that's already in there. The alcohol, it didn't invent it. It just shut the filter down. That bottle, it doesn't put new things in them. It just releases what's already there. The alcohol, that's the fuel, just like gasoline, and the behavior, that's the fire. And the more they have, the brighter that fire is going to go. It's important to separate the two so you stop letting one become the excuse for the other. Ask yourself, if they were sober, would they have said that? Would you accept it? If they were sober and they did that, would it be okay? If your child's partner called them names while they're drunk, would you say, oh, well, it's a disease, just overlook it? No, didn't think so. Stop giving the behavior a free pass just because a bottle was in their hand. Number two, disease does not cancel out responsibility. People just love to say, oh, they didn't mean it. They're just not themselves. They were drunk. They can remember to hide the bottles. They have control. If they can remember to lie and bullshit you, they have control. If they drink in secret, they definitely have control. If they're only mean to you and not to random strangers, they have big time control. Addiction doesn't erase the responsibility. It just makes responsibility uncomfortable. The disease explains a struggle, but it does not excuse the destruction. The pain, that might not be their fault, but the damage is always their responsibility. Think of it like this. If someone with epilepsy had a seizure while driving and hurt you, well, that's an accident. But if that same someone with epilepsy refuses to take their medication and drives drunk on top of that and then hurts you again, well, that's not a disease, is it? It's a series of choices, and alcoholism is exactly the same. The disease is what they're fighting, the destruction, that's what they're choosing. Thirdly, treat the patterns like patterns and not like symptoms. You have to stop seeing their behavior as random episodes because it's anything but that, and start seeing their behavior as a system. Because guess what? If someone screams and they break things when they drink, that's not a symptom. It's a pattern. If someone lies, they hide, they gaslight, and they manipulate you, that's not a symptom either. That's a pattern. If someone becomes cold, cruel, mean, and aggressive, that's not a symptom either. That is definitely a pattern. And patterns, that's what predicts your life. Symptoms describe the problems. The patterns, that's what predicts your future. And remember, you can love someone's struggle and still protect yourself from their behavior. You can understand their disease. You can have empathy. You can hope that they get help. But you do not have to suffer inside of their storm. You do not have to destroy your mental health to save theirs. You don't have to get hit by the fallout of their untreated illness or their unabated addiction. You can still care about someone and you can still say, not in my house, not my body, not my life. Because disease or no disease, your safety matters first. Your sanity matters first. Your peace and your body, that matters first. Because if someone's disease keeps hurting you, you don't keep staying with the disease. You start protecting yourself from the fallout. Let's land this truth. Alcohol is a disease as defined by some people, but abuse, that's never a disease. The diagnosis, that might explain their drinking, but it will never excuse their destruction. You can understand it without accepting the damage. And if this episode woke something up in you, and I hope it did, hit that like and subscribe button and share with someone who you think might need some clarity, not sugarcoating. And if you want more no nonsense, common sense guidance is actually useful, go to my website, flinchnomore.com. That's flinchnomore.com. Straight truth, simple tools, no fluff, no bullshit. Listen, you don't owe your sanity just because they may or may not be sick. You are allowed to protect yourself. You're allowed to walk away. And yes, you are always allowed to choose peace. Let's talk soon.